Okay, I'm going to talk about LLM story simulator. So if you're not familiar, LLMs can be thought of as a simulator, not as a predictor or chatbot, like chatbots. Before I start, let me introduce myself. I'm Minki. I started as a full-stack developer, transitioned to AI 1.5 years ago. I work at government. I studied physics and philosophy at university, and I was board member and Ottawa AI Tinkerer. So LLMs are simulators. It started from this one blog post. So the blog post is this basically asking ChatGPT that you are a Linux terminal, and I will command these things and pretend that you are the Linux machine. And it returns this the directories. And you can even create a new text inside. And then you can retrieve it again. So LLM knows what's going on. You can simulate this kind of directory. Is there anyone heard of web simulator? So web simulator is you can create a website. So LLM is generating HTML. You can instruct what kind of website do you want. So I instructed AI Tinkerer Montreal. It doesn't exist, but it can simulate that. So my idea for this application is, can we create this one with LLM? So this is a interactive story game. So you're a character. You can make decisions, and based on the decision, the story moves on. But the current applications are hard-coded. The stories are generated by writers, and it always goes back to the main story. Or there are several scenarios, but it's not diverse. So it's kind of faked simulation. But I wanted to make a real simulation with LLM. So let me show the demo. So this is the home page. So before, I wanted to make my personality. So I put my name, age, pronouns, and I describe my appearance and anything that I wanted to add. So I have a dog Charlie, and living in Montreal. And importantly, I added my personality test. So this is kind of MBTI test. And I put my current self and want to become, because I want the story take into account that I want to become like that. So I have like 15 questions, and this is going to be input the prompt. So we have genres, and let's pick romance. Okay. I didn't put my wife there, but okay. Let's say university freshman. So level will determine. Okay. So this app is deployed. I will share the link. You guys can try it. So I have 2 steps. The first step is I'm creating prologue. So in the prologue, let's read. Whisper the title. Minki adjusted his glasses as he leaned against the cafe counter. A steaming cup of coffee. Okay, so there's nothing happening here, which is good. Like prologue should be kind of anticipating, right? So it wasn't like that. I prompt engineered that. I'll explain later. So I can change the prompt here. Let's say make it more interesting. Then because I wanted to make prologue really good, because that's a starting point. So okay. I read every time when I develop it. It's really painful, but let's read it. Can someone say what's the difference?
Say TLDR, make it one bullet.
Like internal monologue and dialogue.
Okay.
Using bigger words.
Yeah, so it's not that interesting, but we have to fix that. So let's stick with that. So accept prologue, and we're going to start the interactive story game. So this is a prologue, which is the starting point. If you think it as a simulation, there's a starting point. And we have this interaction. So hey, Minki, ready to lose?
Please flirt playfully.
Okay, flirt playfully with Alex. So this is basic concept. You got it, right? So based on this decision, the next scene proceeds. Okay, and also I can add my own decisions. Okay, that's pretty interesting. Yeah. Okay, so that's the that's the concept. So let me tell you the reflections. So the prompt engineering was the main engineering in this project. I kind of underestimated, but prompt engineering is most effective and most efficient way to improve your application. Many people think prompt engineering is just like alchemistic thing. You just have to try many things. But I think there is a tips that you can try. So, but in this case, like I couldn't use like automated prompt improvement like DSPy, if you guys know that, because there is no ground truth what good story is, right? You have to always read it and evaluate it on your own. So you have to build this iterative, improved prompt evaluation system. So I iteratively improved prompt manually, reading the outputs and, what's missing here? The prologue was always so grandiose. I was always standing on the cliff thinking about the future. I removed that. I kind of added a rule. So you slowly, iteratively change that. So in order to do that, you have to remove friction, reading prompt and output. So I'm using Langsmith. It was really good for me. Yeah, that's all. You guys can try this app here, and that's my LinkedIn profile. Any questions?
I will go home try romantic part.
Okay.
First of all, really cool talk. Just wanted to understand. Do you think your stories got better because of your talent as an editor, as instructing writing better prompts?
Yes,
so where does the human intelligence side comes in, and can you like augment? And you were saying you were using this other like library or tool to like improve that like human element and like making the prompt better. Like, is this as good as the thesis is? Is it as good as like you are in terms of a storyteller, or can this machine get faster at knowing what a good story could look like?
That's a really good point. Like I found that LLMs, I tried a bunch of different approaches. First one is like create like 30 writers, have different persona, and compete each other, or like have a critique. They critique the writing, and then either like go back and forth. But the problem was LLM don't have opinions like that is aligned to me, or aligned to general people. So I think I always say the quality of story was totally dependent on me. And my wife is actually a novelist, so she read the story and gave me feedbacks. And at first, I tried to make it flow differently or like different approaches, but prompt engineering was the most effective one. And I kind of underestimated, and I took it kind of quite late.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
My question is more along, since it's a story, the way you perceive it is subjective. Any guidelines on what evaluation criteria were you looking at when you were looking at through the prompts?
That's a good point. I actually didn't skip this. So these are guidelines. I asked to stick with genre, vocabulary level, target age, and like I'm putting my personality, right? And the personality questions are I'm imaginative. the story always made the character, I'm imagining something. So I had to make specify the personality trait is not be used directly in the story, but use it as a guidance. So it's not that something special, but you have to critically point it out. What's the missing point? Yeah. So this one I had to edit. It's an ad hoc prompt, right? Because it's a special case. But always LLM different. Even though it's a cloud or GPT, always starting from I'm standing on this cliff. Yeah.
Another interesting aspect here was were you able to create concrete metrics out of this, or since it's subjective, it was you who was sitting and then deciding, oh, this is the part which I don't like, maybe I should prompt it this way.
Yeah, I think it's fundamentally impossible to make metrics, objective metrics, because it's very subjective, and it's hard to evaluate that. You can't exhaust all the good traits, a trait of good stories, right? Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's art. It's kind of put metrics on Rembrandt.
Sorry.
Useless comment.